Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's Mazooks back with another video, and in today's video it's going to be a special edition to the second public match on this channel of World War II, the full game. And today I'm basically just going to be going over Call of Duty Esports, about this game in esports, and the roster changes that has happened in this off season, this horrible awaited. This offseason has been horrible and boring. Like I'll be the one to admit it. But today we're just gonna hop into domination. I'm gonna explain to you what I think on esports, ROSTERMANIA, Call of Duty, and what has happened. If most of you guys don't know, I also know a little bit behind the scenes that I'm sure some of you guys don't know. I'm not gonna mention it because I don't want to be the person that rats people out. But basically, first things first. Optic Gaming won COD Champs. Congrats to them. Hasn't made a roster change, which I wouldn't think they would. They have a great team. It all works great together. They've never really had a big problem until last year, and IW was just a horrible game. So, that roster has completely stayed the same. I think that's the only big team organization that has stayed the same. I'm pretty sure that might be the only team in esports that has stayed the same. Now, the team that I'm really surprised about, and I think will make a huge splash in the esports community this year in MLG, is Envious. Team Envious. They are stacked. I think they have to be. They have to be the team to beat this year. I think Optic is still the team to beat for most teams, and it's not letting me spawn in. I don't know what. There we go. But Optic, I think Envious is going to be what giving Optic most troubles, which has been happening like every year. Envious has been the team to do that. But Envious, Huke, Temp, Classic, and Slasher. That team is amazing. Slasher, we all know what he did last year with the NV4. He's a great, patient AR player. I think he's going to make a big splash this year in World War II. He's back to boots. He's a great S&D player. Temp, he's got raw talent. He is just absolutely amazing. He can play S&D. He can play respawn. He can drop. He probably is going to be the one to drop the most kills on that team. Now, in my personal opinion, Huke is the best player on this team. He is going to go down as one of the best FPS players of all time in esports. He's one of the only players to. I mean, there's a few, but Huke has been really standing out in the Halo community. Like Formal, yeah, Enable, yeah, they all basically played really good. There's other Call of Duty pros that played really good in Halo as well, but Huke has really shown out. He won a Halo championship. He's going to go down as one of the FPS best, like one of the best to ever play FPS, and I have no doubt in my mind that will not happen, because it will. It's basically proven already. Huke has been amazing when he was playing Call of Duty professionally, or not professionally, but at a high level in AW. He was amazing. He's still gonna be amazing, I think, in World War II, even though it's boots. He hasn't played boots. We haven't seen him play at a high level on boots yet, but I think he will be good. And the addition of basically the most underrated player, I think, in esports is Classic. Classic is really underrated. He is really good. Last year, he proved it. Towards the end of the IW season, he has started to stand out. He's been standing out, even when Huke and Slasher and Temp all had that team in AW back then. They were amazing. Classic has been playing like Call of Duty for a while now. He's gonna be one of that veteran on the team with Slasher. I'm sure them two are probably either one of those two are gonna be the shot callers. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, maybe Huke. He's really good. Oh, and United stayed the roster the same. United, I think, will be also good if Clayster. I think if Clayster goes in with the same momentum that he had last year, he will be just as good. That nade kind of just pissed me off. I didn't remarm up before this game, and I'm not the one to talk during a public match either, so you guys can just hate me for not doing good. Whatever, I don't care. Haters make me better, I'm just kidding. That is the dumbest saying ever. But another team, EG, Aches, Enable, Nameless, and Apathy. That team's going to be really good, I think, as well. They got veteran players. Apathy, a great SMG player. The SMGs in this game are just, I don't, like, now I'm just gonna go over, like, I'm sorry for jumping topics, but, like, I just gotta go over this with you guys. You know, I need to see, like, in esports especially, we need to see, like, a buff in the SMGs or a nerf in the bar. Especially, I mean, and the spawns in CTF and Hardpoint are a little bit off. There's, like, you can't anchor in Hardpoint in this game. Like, it's, like, literally impossible. I mean, you obviously can. It's like AW. The spawns are a little bit inconsistent. You don't know where anyone's gonna spawn half the time. It's kind of weird. But I hope they fix it before Dallas, especially, because I think I'm gonna be at Dallas, and I don't want to see a game that's pretty shitty. So, that, and go back to the rosters now. Now, 100 Thieves, I don't know if that's actually been announced yet. I heard it was like Blastful, Nade Shot, and 2 other amateur players. E6, Enigma 6, I've heard is going to be really good as well. They are underrated. They got 3 of the best amateur players slash Dashy, I mean, 2 best amateur players out there, plus Dashy. And Dashy, we all know what he did last year. You might call him a jetpacker, but Dashy's true to it. He's just amazing player. That and Beevils and Decimate, them 2 are absolutely amazing at S&D. I've seen them play 8s last year. They are just as good at respawn. And we all know General, he's a great leader. He led that E6 team last year. They were pretty young. They were amateurs. And he led them to, what, like, top 8 finishes, like, maybe a lot last year, actually. They played really good last year. But, now I'm kind of gonna move toward the rosters that haven't been announced, that don't have an org yet. Team Shane, EU. Oh, and the Splice roster. I don't know if you guys know. You guys probably know what happened to Splice roster. Zero got dropped for Tommy. No one really saw that coming because Zero, I think, was the best player on that team. Sorry, I was taking a drink, but I think Zero was the best player on that team. But now he's like with Red Reserve. That team is gonna be absolutely amazing. But Team Shane, they haven't had a org message them yet. I'm sure they have been talking about it, but it's Shane, Quicker, Desire, and Alex. Alex, I think, might be the best player on that team. Shane is really good as well. It'd be nice to see what he can do on boots again. Last year at the Call of Duty World Championship, he played pretty good. He led his team. His team he kind of carried his team. I don't like to use that because I'm not the type of person to say that people carry, but he kind of did. It was pretty obvious that the carry was there, but that kid just got completely fucking destroyed. It's alright though. But another team as well, Team Killa, Adam Killa, Sloss Boss, you already know, he's one of my favorite players of all time. I think he's just a great guy. He's hilarious. His shit talking might not be the greatest, but it's fucking hilarious. No one can deny that. His shit talking is absolutely amazing. It's fucking hilarious. Sender, Swirly, and Mochilla. Mochilla, we saw him at World Championship last year. He didn't play that good. He was good at, like, I think he played good in a few hardcore maps. He's not really that good at S&D, and I'm sure that's why they Killa. Sender, good player. Swirly, we saw him fill in for United last year. It didn't seem like he was I mean, he's a good player. He showed it in scrims online. He hasn't showed him on LAN yet. He was good at S&D for that team, I can tell you that. He got like a 0.7 in respawn, which is like horrible. I think he just didn't fit in there. He took over as the SMG right away, which was a horrible idea. I think they should have had him as one of the ARs with Arcides and Clayster. That's Team Killa. Now Team Goonjar, Royalty, yeah, Royalty, Proto, and Exotic, unannounced for what organization they're going to be representing. I did not personally see this coming because Royalty, Proto, and Exotic are 3 really good young players. I mean, I saw them picking up a veteran, but I thought it was going to be like Parasite or something. But Goonjar, we haven't seen him play for a while. I mean, BO3 was the last time we saw him play. He didn't compete at the highest level like he should be. He's a great AR. Like, he's pretty good. He's a patient player like Proofy is. That team that Proofy's on as well, that team is going to be that next threat. Proofy, Sensor, who else was it? It was Proofy, Sensor. Alright, sorry guys. I had this memorized before I started this video. So it's Sensor, Proofy, Ricky, and what other veteran player is it? Damn, I forgot. Some other veteran player. I totally did not see myself forgetting this.
Losing objective Bertha.
So Proofy, Sensor, Ricky, and is it Methods? No, Methods on a team. Alright, we'll just move on. Alright, Methods team. Actually, they just made another roster change, which is very surprising to me. They dropped Optic, Embos. I don't know what Embos is going to do now, but that team was Methods, Nagafin, Study, and Embos. They dropped Embos, replaced them with BL Fire. BL Fire, great player. This team is probably the strongest team that hasn't found an organization yet. This team is absolutely going to be, like, I don't know, they could either destroy teams, or they're going to be the inconsistent team, I think, this year. They're going to be super inconsistent. That's the only thing that's weird about Study and Nagafin. They're both inconsistent in the respawn game modes. I think this year they might finally pick it up. Study, especially the way he played at World Championship last year, he was absolutely destroying kids, absolutely pooting on kids. That team is very surprising to me. Team Sharp, Neslo, Stainville, Wheats, 4 very good veterans. They all have played in multiple, like, competitive esports variety of games. Stainville, he played in CSGO. Neslo, also H1Z1. Wheats, he played IW for a bit last year. Couldn't find a team for the World Championship. And we've seen Sharp come back. He's a big YouTuber for Team Caliber. We saw what he could do back in when Boots was actually like a thing. He's a really good player. I think that team is going to be good at a certain extent. I think maybe not against the slaying ability teams, but they're playing a team that only has 2 main slayers. I think this team will show up and play better. Not maybe necessarily in the S&D game modes, but in respawn, I think they got 4 of the best objective players out there. That team is pretty surprising. Parasite, he announced the roster. I forgot what it was. I wish I could remember that Sensor team. Next Threat. Next Threat's gonna be pretty good. Sensor, Proofy, Ricky, and who was it else? Oh, Miracles. Miracles is going to be a beast. That team is gonna be amazing. I've been watching Pro 8s for a while. Since this, like, I've been watching Pro 8s like every night. Proofy, I've seen him in Pro 8s, and he is actually, like, playing really good. He's a patient AR. That's what people like about him. He's a smart player. That's why he's on this team. Sensor is a great objective player. I've watched him play Pro Point GBs. I haven't seen him in 8's lobby yet, but I think he's gonna be a good objective player. Along with Ricky. Ricky's a good AR. And Miracles. Miracles BO2 was absolutely amazing. A god. He's amazing with a submachine gun. Luminosity. Luminosity, I don't know what they were thinking by picking up JCap, especially because I don't know if JCap is going to be good anymore. He's kind of on the downhill slope thingy or whatever in his Call of Duty career. I mean, I guess we could get to see, but that Luminosity roster would have way better with something else. John, I'm watching Pro 8s. John is literally the only player in this game that can use an SMG and absolutely destroy a kid with a bar. Slack and Octane, 2 good, Slack a great support player, Octane a great AR slayer. Now I'm going to transition into, I'm going to leave this lobby. I'm just going to talk to you guys for like maybe a minute or so about this all. Really, this is like one of the biggest roster manias ever. I mean, if you really think about it, Splice, they broke up. Optic and United are really the only teams that stayed together. There's amateur teams that split up. I'm pretty sure now that I think about it, 100 Thieves might be Nadeshot, Embos, Blastful, and another amateur player if I really thought about it. They might even have Parasite. I don't know. I have to look on Twitter to see what that was, because it was announced that Parasite has picked something, or picked up a team, or whatever he did. So I don't know exactly who they picked up. Here I'm looking right now. So Parasite. Okay, no, that was a false statement. That was a joke. All right, well, guys, that will be it for today's video. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. I'm uploading right now at about 3:20 Central Time. Hope you guys are smiling. Hope you guys had a great day at school. Get your homework done. I'm about to do that as well. Be happy. That's the point of life. So, talk to you guys tomorrow's video. Peace out. Have a great rest of your night.